When Liam Carter, a humble auto mechanic, walks into an upscale restaurant for a blind date, he's already out of his element. But when he mistakes Clara Jennings, a beautiful woman in a black dress, and in a wheelchair, for his date, everything changes. What begins as an awkward misunderstanding turns into a heartfelt connection. Clara's warmth and strength captivate Liam, and their unexpected conversation leads to something neither of them saw coming. Love that defies assumptions. But Clara's father, a wealthy businessman, can't see past Liam's rough edges, or his daughter's wheelchair. He's certain Liam isn't good enough for her. Yet Liam keeps showing up, proving that real love isn't about status or sympathy, but seeing someone for exactly who they are. The soft glow of candlelight spilled across polished tables, giving the restaurant an air of quiet sophistication. It made Liam Carter painfully aware of his worn suit and plain navy blue shirt. At 31, he owned a modest auto garage, honest work, but a world away from crystal glasses and waiters in pressed uniforms. His sister had begged him to show up for this blind date, swearing the woman was down to earth and wonderful. But before we dive into what happens next, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from today? Drop your country in the comment below, and please like the video. Thank you. Now let's continue. He checked the text one last time. By the window. Blue dress. Scanning the room, Liam's eyes found her, a woman in a stunning sapphire dress, sitting alone by the window. Her light hair shimmered in the soft light, and even from across the room, she seemed effortlessly graceful. Then he noticed the wheelchair beside her, and his steps faltered. His sister hadn't mentioned that. Still, this had to be her. Taking a deep breath, he walked over. "Hi," he said awkwardly. "I'm Liam. Are you waiting for someone?" The woman looked up, and the warmth in her eyes took him by surprise. "I am," she said with a gentle smile. "Are you meeting someone too?" "My sister set me up on a blind date," Liam admitted. "She said I'd find a woman in blue sitting by the window. I'm guessing that's you." Her smile flickered, then returned with amusement. "I think there's been a mix-up. I'm not on a date, I'm waiting for my dad. He's usually late." Liam's face turned red. "Oh, wow. Sorry about that. I just assumed." She laughed, not the polite kind, but a real, musical laugh. "Don't apologize. Honestly, this is the most entertaining thing that's happened to me all week. I'm Clara Jennings, by the way." "Liam Carter," he replied, unsure if he should back away or stay. Clara tilted her head, mischief in her eyes. "Tell you what. My dad will be at least 20 minutes late. Why don't you sit with me until either he shows up or your actual date does? It'd be a shame to waste the coincidence." Against his better judgment, Liam sat down, mostly because she made him want to. "Won't your dad mind?" "He'll love it," Clara said wryly. "He's been trying to introduce me to half the bachelors in the city. He thinks I need someone to look after me." Liam frowned. "Look after you?" She gestured to her wheelchair. "Car accident. 3 years ago. My dad still hasn't accepted that I'm fine. Different, yes, but fine. He thinks I need protecting from the world." There was no bitterness in her tone, just quiet confidence. "That must be exhausting," Liam said. "You have no idea. He's a good man, but he treats me like I'm breakable. Like no guy could ever see past this." "That's ridiculous," Liam said, more sharply than he meant to. "Anyone who can't see you beyond the chair isn't worth your time." Clara blinked, surprised, then smiled softly. "You're the first person who said that without sounding like they were reading from an inspirational poster." They started talking. It felt easy, natural. Clara was sharp, funny, and curious. When Liam mentioned his garage, she didn't flinch or seem unimpressed. Instead, she asked questions about his business, genuinely interested. She told him she worked remotely as a software developer, and her face came alive as she spoke about coding. "My dad thinks it's a hobby," she said with an eye roll. "He doesn't understand that it's my actual job, and that I'm really good at it." "Why doesn't he get that?" "Because I work from home," she said simply. He believes real jobs happen in glass buildings with elevators and name badges. Before Liam could respond, a tall man in an expensive suit approached. His expression shifted when he saw Liam. "Clara, sweetheart," the man said, kissing her cheek. "Sorry I'm late. And who is this?" "Dad, this is Liam Carter," she said, amused. "He accidentally sat at my table thinking I was his date." Her father, Richard Jennings, offered a polite but cool smile. "A blind date, you say? And what do you do, Mr. Carter?" "I own Carter Auto Works," Liam said evenly. "Been running it for 6 years." "How enterprising," Richard said in a tone that made it sound like anything but. "Clara, our private table is ready. Shall we?" "Actually," Clara said quickly, "I'd like Liam to join us. His date stood him up, and I've enjoyed his company." Liam protested. "I don't want to intrude." "You're not intruding if I invite you," Clara said firmly. So he stayed. Dinner was tense. Richard asked questions that sounded polite but were meant to remind Liam of where he didn't belong. But Liam held his ground, answered honestly, and made Clara laugh more than once. When Richard left the table to take a call, Clara leaned closer. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "He's being impossible. You can leave if you want." "I'm not going anywhere," Liam said quietly. "I get that he's protective. But he's wrong about one thing." "And what's that?" "He thinks you need someone to take care of you. But from where I'm sitting, you're the one who takes care of everyone else." Her eyes shimmered. "That's exactly what I've been trying to tell him." When Richard returned, Liam stayed through dessert, unflinching, kind, confident. And by the time he asked for Clara's number that night, it felt inevitable. "I'd really like to see you again," he said. "Not because I feel sorry for you, but because you're amazing. Would that be okay?" Clara's smile made his heart stumble. "I'd like that very much. But be warned, my father isn't going to make it easy." "I don't need easy," Liam said. "Just real. And you're as real as it gets." Over the months that followed, their relationship deepened. They learned from each other, about love, respect, and what true partnership meant. Clara taught Liam patience and perspective. He showed her what it felt like to be seen for who she really was. When a massive storm flooded Liam's garage, Clara showed up without hesitation. From her wheelchair, she coordinated cleanup crews, reorganized systems, and helped Liam save his business with the same confidence she brought to her work. Richard came by and watched in awe as his daughter commanded the scene, focused, brilliant, unstoppable. "She's incredible," Liam said quietly beside him. "I know you think I'm not her equal. You might be right. But I love her, and I'll spend my life trying to be worthy of her." Richard was silent for a long moment. "I've treated her like she's fragile since the accident. But she's not, is she?" "No," Liam said softly. "She's just unstoppable in a different way now." A year after that first mistaken meeting, Liam proposed, not in a restaurant, but in his garage, now rebuilt and gleaming. Candles and flowers filled the space. He knelt so he could look Clara directly in the eyes and said, "The best thing that ever happened to me started with a mistake. I sat at the wrong table and found the right person. I don't love you despite anything. I love you completely. Will you marry me?" Clara's answer was yes. 6 months later, they married. Her father walked her down the aisle, and during his speech, he turned to Liam with tears in his eyes. "Thank you," he said, "for helping me see my daughter clearly again, for reminding me that her strength was never lost, only waiting to be seen." Because sometimes, life's greatest blessings begin with simple misunderstandings, and sometimes, the wrong table is exactly where you're meant to be. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll away. Hit that subscribe button and join us for more stories that remind us love can appear in the most unexpected moments.